podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
TBVsupporters.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record for pay-per-view. Mic drop. I know my drop. I know my situation. I don't want to fight. But it's going to be very for both of us. TBVsupporters.com.
Yo. Good morning, everybody out there in the TBV world, universe, galaxy, whatever you want to call it. We back with another one, and we are talking about the light heavyweight division. Man, what is going on? Is Kovalev going to fight Yarde, or is the purse bid? I thought $4 million was put up. I thought a Russian billionaire was there. I mean, so many things that we got to talk about with the story. Kovalev came out earlier this week, said he will be interested in going into a tournament. So there's a lot of things that we got to talk about, break down, and get into. And I guess I'll play my intro music. Nah, no intro music. I know Ned says something about. It might get flagged, but I do have a special guest joining us this morning, coming from the UK. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Spencer Ferron will be joining the show at 10 o'clock Eastern. So in about 12 minutes, man, we'll have Spencer Ferron on, and we'll be able to talk to him. But yeah, man, the story goes like this: Kovalev and Yarde have been associated with each other for about some months now, you know what I'm saying? And if I felt like that everything was good. I mean, we had a tentative location, and we seen the stories come out that Yarde got paid upwards of like $4 million to take the fight in Russia, and we seen a Russian billionaire come out and say that. Well, he didn't say, but reports insinuated that the money was coming from him. So what did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong in this story? I don't know. It just seems like, oh, wow. Well, real quick sidebar. Big ups to Adonis Stevenson, since we're talking about the light heavyweight division. Has given his first interview since suffering a severe brain injury against Alexander Govchek. He's probably declared Adonis is back and reveal how he wants to become a boxing coach. So big ups to Adonis Stevenson, man, making a comeback, giving his first interview. And really, man, just being blessed, bro, because at the end of the day, he had a serious injury, and he came back, bounced back, and it looks like all intents and purposes, he's doing well. And he's trying to be a boxing coach, which I can't really be too upset at that, man. So big ups to him, and big ups to his road to recovery. Superman is back. Superman is back. I like that, man. The Adonis, man. Big ups to you, Adonis. But back to this Kovalev story. Kovalev and Yarde, where did we go wrong? I mean, we had a lot of reports come out that this fight was pretty much, I don't want to say signed, sealed, and delivered, but we got a lot of things indicating that this fight would take place in Russia. We got a couple of quotes that I want to read to big ups to the boxing scene. The reason why the purse bid was called, according to the president, Francisco Valcarcel of the WBO, the fight was uncertain and a purse bid was necessary. They felt like the both sides couldn't come to a agreement about how the fight was gonna go down. We heard Tunde when he first came out, he was saying that they were the A side, that the fight should go on in the UK. But then that money came out, and $4 million kind of got their attention, and the Russia became a true possibility. Why did the WBO? Let me see. But at the end of the day, man, it's like this right here. I think Kovalev and Yard should definitely get it on. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But I believe that's a fight that we can all agree that we want to see, right? I believe so. And Kovalev coming off a great victory over a leader Alvarez really showed levels, you know what I'm saying? Showed that with the tutelage of Buddy McGirt, he could refine some things and really become a better boxer and use that jab more. And he definitely did in that fight. Now, this is the first time Anthony Yarde is going to be on this level. First time that if he does fight Kovalev, he's going to be on world title champion. Just the level he hasn't been on yet. Kovalev fought Andre Ward, fought Bernard Hopkins. He's fought Leader Alvarez. He's fought some of everybody in the division. So I don't think Anthony Yarde is going to bring anything in the ring that Kovalev haven't seen before. Now, with that being said, sorry about that, man. The volume went out for a second. But yeah, with that being said, I do think the youth of Anthony Yarde, the the explosiveness of Anthony Yarde can really give Sergey Kovalev a problem. And we haven't seen Kovalev since that Alvarez fight. We don't know what he's been doing. You know what I'm saying? Has he been in the gym with Buddy McGirt? Has he been training? Has he been refining that boxing technique? Not just a slugger anymore. He's definitely using that jab in that Alvarez fight. He definitely has the experience on Yard, and that's one thing that may be worrisome for me because the experience advantage that he has on Anthony Yard is championship level fights. Like, I mean, he's fought some of everybody. I mean, the list just goes on and on. But he lost to Andre Ward, which was an eye-opening fight for him. I believe in Andre Ward is just, you know what I'm saying, that talented of a guy. You know what I'm saying? I can't take anything away from him. But Kovalev was talking about joining a WBSS tournament, and I just wanted to take a look at the light heavyweight rankings in the on BoxRec because I wanted to see if that were to take place, and say for instance this purse bid or this WBO mandatory don't go into consideration. Even though Bob Arum came out and said, "Man, we're not interested in doing no tournaments with our fighters," I thought it would be nice just to look at. So let's take a look at the tournament seeds with the top 8 in the light heavyweight division. Number 1 is Sergey Kovalev on BoxRec. Number 2 is Alexander Govchik. Dmitry Bivol, number 4. Alida Alvarez is number 3, and Alida Alvarez is number 4. Looking at that, man, you can see that the top 4 are going to be trouble for anybody. Not going to lie to you, they are going to be trouble for anybody. But those will be the four top seeds. You might be able to slide Arthur Better Beeve in there for Alida Alvarez since he doesn't have that title anymore. But I do think Alida Alvarez is possibly a better fighter than Better Beeve. Better Beeve just shows me that he doesn't have the chin, man. Like, just doesn't have it, man. Like, he always get dropped. He always just winds up on the ground. But big ups to Better Beeve though, man. He's definitely a hard puncher. Definitely a hard puncher. Also, we have Marcus Brown, number 5 on BoxRec. We also have Badu Jack, number 6. John Pascal, number 8. And I would have to kind of not put Pascal in there. I would either elevate Sullivan Barrera or Anthony Yarde if he wants to get in that tournament. But looking at those seeds, man, you got a nice little tournament if they decided to do one. I do think that between Kovalev and Bivol, I think they are the number 1 light heavyweight in the division. But I look Xander Govchek is a damn good fighter, man, and he has power. We've seen what he did to Adonis Stevenson. So yeah, that tournament. I don't know how likely it is. We heard Bob Arum say that they don't put their fighters in tournaments. So at the end of the day, it's just like wishful thinking that we can have a WBSS tournament with light heavyweights. But if that were to happen, I would totally be down for it. Moving right along. I don't know. Now look, WBO, right? Purse bid. We know that Top Rank and BT Sports have a working partnership, and we know that Frank Warren works with BT Sports and Top Rank, which is working with Kovalev, can really make this fight happen easier than it should. In my opinion, it just shouldn't have to go to purse bid because of the working partnership. I don't understand why this fight is taking so long to make. Is it an outside investor that put up the money for the 4 million? Which it is because it's a Russian billionaire, so it wasn't Top Rank and it wasn't anybody from Queensberry Promotions, Frank Warren Promotional Company. It was an outside vendor, but I don't know who asked for the extension. Maybe Kovalev and them asked for the extension. Maybe it was Yard. It just doesn't make sense that we don't get this fight and this fight is not going on right now. Uh, it's a fight that I want to see, man. I want to see can Anthony Yarde really do what I think he can. I really think that Anthony Yarde is going to be a champion in boxing, and I really think that he should take Kovalev while Kovalev is maybe past his prime and right for the picking. How do y'all feel about the potential matchup with Kovalev? Do you think it's too early, too late? Do you think Yard can possibly get him, or do you think Kovalev has the experience advantage and Yard needs maybe a couple more fights before he gets to that world class level? The way Tunde Ajayi speaks and the way Voice Caller speaks is just the fact of no more presenting. What's going on over there? See, can I fix that right quick? My bad, y'all. Y'all gonna see me for a second. What's good? What's good, people? What's going on with your boy MG out here? You know, man, it's been a long night. Had a long morning. I don't know. My shit just must have went out on me. But we back. We back. It's all good. We back. But yeah, back to the topic. It's just like this, man. I don't I just don't see what's the holdup is, man. It's a fight that we want, a fight that needs to take place, a fight that it seems like Kovalev wanted too. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Kovalev seemed like he wanted this fight. He wanted to take the challenge of this young lion, Anthony Yarde, in the division. And I think that he was going to be up for it, especially under the tutelage of Buddy McGirt, man. Buddy McGirt has really done a lot for Kovalev. We've seen it in his last fight. He came out looking like a whole different kind of fighter, looking like a better boxer, a better technician. It even seemed like his stamina was better too. So I can't really fault Buddy McGirt, man. He did wonders with Kovalev's career. So we are going to open up these phone line here in a second. I was waiting to see if Spencer was going to call in, but evidently he's not calling in just yet. So we're gonna get out to these phone line. If you want to be a part of the conversation, just add Nestor Gibbs on Skype, NESTORGIBBS, and we will get to you. We will get to you, I promise. Let me go ahead and get out to these calls now. Make sure that we don't have anybody that I don't see. I don't see. Let me see. Yeah, go ahead and go out to that one. And then I just add calls as we go. But yeah, man, final thoughts on this topic. It's just like I want to see these guys fight. I want to see these guys in the ring with each other. I want to see Kovalev take this challenge, and I want to see Yard do the same by taking this challenge. If you can't, if you can't do that tournament, and you guys can't do a well. Speaking on Kovalev's behalf, if you can't do a unification bout or that tournament, then you have to honor that mandatory and fight. Rue, put yourself on mute, big dog. Put yourself on mute, Rue. There we go. There we go. There we go. But yeah, man, it's just honestly, it's up to the WBO. How when they say we do emergency purse bid, how long does these guys have to negotiate? Is it going to be a week or 2 weeks or a couple of days? You know what I'm saying? That's things that we definitely need to know about this right here. And where's it going to take place at? Like we heard of Russia in the beginning, but now with this news coming out, we don't know where it's going to take place at. We don't know who is going to be in America. Is it going to be in the UK? Is it going to be back in London? Who knows, man? It's going to be difficult for these guys to really pin down a location. Hopefully they don't try to rush it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they do find a good spot for it and not try to rush it. I would really like to see it happen over in the UK. Put it Stonewall Boxing, man. Put yourself on me, big dog. On me right quick. I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll meet you. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, it's like this. And don't get it twisted. I'm an Anthony Yarde fan. They've been talking a lot about how Kovalev wasn't impressive, how they didn't see anything. Well, not Yarde specifically, but Tunde has been saying he hasn't really seen anything out of the ordinary when it comes to Kovalev. And I don't know how right he is, but the confidence level that they have in Anthony Yarde, they have to put it on display. Somehow, some way, I think I read an article that said that they may be looking to go elsewhere, but you want your guy to be champion, so you have to fight Kovalev for that WBO. You have to show everybody out there in the world why you felt like this guy was right for the pickings. And I feel like, man, Anthony Yarde can definitely get it done. Anthony Yarde is going to be one of those light heavyweight champions that is going to have to go against the likes of Marcus Brown. Marcus Brown is definitely going to be a fighter there down the road. Joshua Buatsi is definitely going to be there down the road. Other than Gacek, he's still young. So Dmitry Bivol, he's still young. Artur better be not so young, but he has some good fights left in him. So I just believe that it's pretty much the passing of the guard, to be honest with you, man. We seen Kovalev reign in the early 2000s. We seen him face Andre Ward. We seen him bounce back with a victory and got his belt back. So Kovalev's been there, done it. You know what I'm saying? He's getting older, so he's about right for the pickings for Anthony Yarde. And like they say, lions in the camp. Lions in the camp. Let's see how much of a lion you are, man. I want you to go, and you were willing to go to England. Let me put that out there. You were willing to go to England to fight this guy. So there's really nothing much more I can really say, because you mean you were willing to go to England. I just want to see what's going to go on with this emergency purse bid. The faster we get news about this, the better. And I feel like the best fight that we could possibly get to. But yeah, if you're listening right now on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. We got almost 200 watching, only 50 thumbs up. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. If you want to go one step farther, look in our description box and use our Dazn hyperlink to sign up to Dazn. It costs you nothing extra, but we do get a little kickback when you use that link. It's like a affiliate sponsorship, you know what I'm saying? Also, if you're talking about affiliate sponsors, if you want to be really support your favorite boxing podcast, head over to ThaBoxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors and go ahead and click on that Amazon link. Bookmark that link, save that link, and do all your shopping through that link. It costs you absolutely nothing but we do get a little kickback every time you use that link. If you want to join the conversation, all thing you got to do is add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. That's add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. NESTORGIBBS on Skype. Be call in, be part of the conversation, and really, man, talk your shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how you feel about Anthony Yarde and Sergey Kovalev. Should the emergency purse bid be pushed faster, or should they work something out so we can get a good fight? Because we've been waiting for this fight for months now, and the news that we get on it, it seems like is I don't want to say it's bad news, but wasn't the news that we wanted. We wanted a date set, we wanted a venue set, but things take time, and this is boxing. Hopefully, they get everything worked out with that. Trying to see if there anything else that I need to touch on. I will possibly be doing another show today, but the only reason I will be doing the only way I'll come back for another show tonight is well not tonight but midday is if this show right here gets up to 300 thumbs up by the time 4 o'clock rolls around. If it does not have 300 thumbs up by 4 o'clock, I will not be doing another show today. So, but I will be doing a live fight chat for Gennady and Steve Rose tomorrow night. So if you want to see that and give your opinion after the fight, definitely call in. Thought I was going to have Spencer Fearon on this morning. Trying to get in contact with him right now. Don't know what's going on with that, but maybe he'll hit me up here in a second. Until then, we're going to go out to some callers and really, really, really get to it. I don't have that soundbite for El Camino, man. Let me go ahead and get my that me soundbite for El Camino, right? Um, Big ups to El Camino, man, the number one charging car service in the tri-state area. They do a great job when it comes to charging your car. So if you have a smart car or a car that runs off electricity or a plug-in, only thing you got to do if you're in the tri-state area is look out for the El Camino charging ports. They do a fantastic job. Your car will be fully charged and you'll be ready to roll and have a great day of driving. Big ups to El Camino, man. Met you in Vegas and met you in the Bronx. You're a damn good dude. Anything else I need to talk about before we get out to these sponsors? I don't think so. I don't think so. Good morning, TBV. Going out to Ruin the 504. Ruin the 504, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, man, what's going on this morning?
What's going on, Ru?
This is actually pretty good news that these emergency purse bids have been ordered. I mean, it wasn't the fight was originally scheduled in June or something, wasn't it? Vision. So I don't even care who wins the purse bid. I just want the fight to be made. That's my call.
All right, Ru. Thanks for your call. Could y'all hear Ru? Could y'all hear Ru in the 504? Let me know if y'all can hear me now. If not, no sound. God damn it. Ru, man, you might have to come back for a call. Give me 1 second. Make sure I can get this damn volume down. Robert Bonilla, hold on 1 second, Robert Bonilla. Trying to get this damn Skype monster working again. I don't know what happened. Oh, okay. I'm fucking not even plugged up. That's why we ain't hear fucking Ru at 504. My bad, you guys. Spence, can you hear me? Spence, can you hear me?
Yo, Ness.
No, this is Mike this morning, but Ness is on vacation, so just me, just me. How's it going?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Spencer Farrell, man.
Yes, sir. I know who you are. Yes, sir. How's it going?
I'm really good, man. I got a call saying they wanted me on the chat for you lot.
Yeah, man, that was totally me. I definitely wanted to get your opinion and your thoughts on some things that happened in boxing this past week, and some news about Kovalev and Yard.
Kovalev and Yard. It seems like we don't know what's going on. There's been talk that was going to happen on the 13th of July, and there's not long talk. and all the rest of it. And so yeah, we can when you're ready, man. Let me know.
I'm ready right now. First, I wanted to get your thoughts on the Anthony Joshua fight, man. We seen him have adversity when he fought Andy Ruiz this past week. Do you think Joshua looked like he was all there, or do you think that maybe he could have been complacent?
Sorry, one second. I was turning to speaker. Yep. Do I think that Andy Joshua was complacent?
Yes, sir.
No, I don't think he was complacent. And I think I'll tell you the nicest thing. I think the most refreshing thing is that Anthony Joshua hasn't opted to make any excuse whatsoever. So if he hasn't made any excuse, and I know him personally, I don't see why I should make any excuse for him. I mean, we spoke 2 days ago. Early in the hours, I was surprised that he responded, and he did. And we conversated first through a message, and then we spoke. So it's if he's not making any excuses, I don't see why anybody else should make any excuses. He just got beat by the better man on that day.
Okay, now going into the fight, there was a lot of rumors that he possibly got knocked out in sparring. He had a panic attack. He had this. He had that. Do you think?
Listen. I don't know anything to do with no panic attack, right? And it's how you want to listen. I've been around fighters where other people on the outside would interpret their actions as being a panic attack when it's not. You're just what's the word? Not overexcited, but you're apprehensive about what you're going to face, and you could behave a certain way. That's not a panic attack. Any fighter that goes into the ring and say like you're in the change room and you're not apprehensive or nervous, you're lying. Everybody gets that. And the day that you're not nervous is the day that you're gonna get beat. Is that nervous energy that keeps you alert, keeps you sharp, keeps you focused not to get hit with shots, makes you not be lackadaisical. So I don't see when people say, "Oh, he had a panic attack." You know what I mean? Maybe, I know there's a lot of things that went on prior to the fight that them fighting away from home. The rule systems are different. I know that he had to take off his gloves twice because New York State Athletic Commission stipulates that two officials have to be present when you're being bandaged and gloved up, and there was only one, and so it could have been psychological games played by the New York Commission as well, but they are very, very stringent. I spoke to Joshua Boazzi yesterday, and he was saying like in New York, Madison Square Garden, there's a commission there. They are amazingly strict. So, it is very, very regimental. And to me personally, with a person that's been involved in the sport for over 40 years now, it's very refreshing to see that they are that stringent and they aren't lackadaisical. Therefore, very hard for people to cheat. When you reach to the venue, I think Andy Joshua arrived at the venue 5 hours before the fight. You can't eat anything else after you've had your meal. You can't eat anything. Only thing you can drink is water. These things are kind of cool. It's been changed now in Nevada. You're allowed Gatorade, but apart from that, all you're allowed is water. So all of these stipulations, if it's for the safety of the combatants, then that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. So I think maybe things have been slightly misinterpreted about, oh, well, he had a panic attack and like he was a nervous wreck. No, I don't believe in any of that. I just think maybe he could have been a little bit unsettled, but that's life.
I totally, yeah. Now Tyson Fury came out and said the night of that it's boxing, things happen. You know what I'm saying? Joshua should keep his head up. But then he came out a couple of days later and said Joshua should be embarrassed, should be disgraced, and never show his face in public again. What do you think about what Tyson Fury had to say both days?
You know what? Tyson Fury is Tyson Fury, um, and I think he was correct at the time. What he said that, you know what, end of the day, hold your head up. You didn't disgrace yourself. This, that, and I thought that was very commendable of Tyson Fury, right? And then a couple of days later, then he's went and said like you're a disgrace and all the rest. The reason why I don't think it actually sunk in the magnitude of what has happened or how damning and damaging that is to Tyson Fury, because a lot of money just being pissed up the wall, as we say in England, right? So it's like and Tyson Fury's entitled to his opinion. I'm not going to knock Tyson Fury, but I think straight away, I think it was the right thing for him to say, because it's the first thing that people are always going to remember. Well, you were gloating in the fact that he lost and this, and all the rest of it. No, he's being a man. He's saying, well, no, it wasn't. But in hindsight, now sitting back and watching the fight, no, that's disgraceful because you shouldn't have lost it like that. Could you imagine if Tyson Fury's first fight on ESPN was against Andy Ruiz? There would have been uproar, mate.
I mean, it's kind of uproar right now. He's fighting Tom Schwartz.
Don't you think there'd been uproar? There'd have been uproar.
I mean, he's fighting Tom Schwartz, though. I would say Andy is a better opponent than Tom Schwartz.
I agree. But I'm just saying, just imagine if Tyson Fury opted to fight Andy Ruiz. What would the general consensus be?
Before or after the Joshua victory?
Before the Joshua victory.
It would have been like, yeah, Fury's going to box this guy's head off.
Okay, then I'll rest my case. So Tyson Fury is entitled to his opinion. That is it. It's his opinion. It's not for me to say, no, you're wrong. That's what he feels. He feels the guy was a disgrace. He feels the guy was rubbish. He feels that, right. So that's his, you know what I mean? You can roll with that.
Now you said that there was a lot of money lost with Joshua losing. I want to get to the Deontay Wilder and Joshua fight. Do you think that fight still has the possibility of being a big super fight, or do you think that ship has sailed?
I do. Maybe I jinxed it. 2 weeks ago on State of the Week, which I've done with myself and Johnny Nelson for Sky Sports, the former WBO Cruiserweight champion, and Britain's second longest reigning boxing champion of all times. He held the title for 7 years. I said to Johnny Nelson that just to end all politics and politics and everything else, the fight Deontay Wilder, because of Deontay Wilder's performance that he gave against Dominic Brazil, had sent reverberation around the world, that Deontay Wilder should just do a 50-50 split, stop arguing, stop looking like this guy's ducking that guy and all the rest of it, a 50-50 split down the middle, and that's it, right? To which uproar in the UK, oh, you should have said that, how can you say that? I think Joshua sells out this and all the rest of it. Wow, what's happened now? We flipped the page, only a few days after, and what happened? I think Joshua lost, and he lost to a very, very good boxer. I'll tell everybody that Andrew is a very, very good boxer, very skilled, knows how to gauge range, and he doesn't waste shots. Even if it's an awkwardly looking play shot, he'll throw it and it will land.
Absolutely. He definitely did that that night when he caught Joshua in the equilibrium with that temple shot.
Yeah. So all the credit in the world should be given to him, man. Yeah, very, very gallant performance.
Now, Andy came out yesterday and said, if you guys want me to come to the UK, then I'm going to need $50 million. Do you think that's an absurd number to ask for, or do you think he's well within his rights to ask for that money?
He's well within his rights to ask for that money because he's now the heavyweight champion of the world. He beat, at the time, what was it? Ring Magazine had Andy Joshua as number one, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now it's all changed. Tyson Fury is now number one. Deontay Wilder is number two. Andy Ruiz is number three. Andy Joshua is number four. Dylan White is number five. And Lewis Ortiz is number six. Right? So he obviously he can, because listen, I'm telling people from age, listen, Al Heyman now owns the heavyweight championship of the world.
He definitely
right
does.
So right, exactly. So you got two, and now do you really think Al Heyman's going to do anything to help Eddie Hearn with his DAZN platform that he's trying to push? Do you think he's going to help him? Because Al Heyman wasn't the person that was publicly saying, well, because we publicly never hear Al Heyman saying anything, because he's not a public guy. He's the Don King in reverse. It's Eddie Hearn that has taken that mantle of being this public persona and this Jack the Lad kind of character. Right? So obviously they're not going to do things to help him. Oh yeah, by the way, let's go to the UK. Yeah, well, you're going to go to the UK. If you want them titles back, you're going to have to pay for it. Now, I don't think that he will get 50 million, but allegedly, I'm hearing from good sources that in a rematch clause in a contract, you got 4.5 million for the last fight, and he's meant to get 15 million if he was to win. Now there's going to be ways around that to try and sidestep him and everything else, so he doesn't. I mean, I I don't think that fights. I don't think it's going to be very, very difficult. Or they're going to shell out a lot of money to get that fight. And the reason the fight may not happen, because I'm being absolutely real, I don't think anyone can be confident in Anthony Joshua beating Andy Ruiz in a return.
Are you serious? Like you don't think? Wow. You don't think?
You cannot. No, you can't. I'm being real, man. You cannot be supremely confident in Anthony Joshua winning the return. You can't be.
You can't be supremely confident, but in my opinion, Spencer, and I'm not a big AJ fan. I'm a bigger Wilder fan, but when he was going to the ring, he just didn't look like the typical AJ that we see going into fights.
Listen, you're in America, brother. That's a different form of energy, right? So your comfort zone has now been taken away from you. And we still heard the chants of Ghana and Joshua from the UK support that was there, but it's not the same like when you hear 90,000 people saying it, or 70,000 people saying it at Wembley or Cardiff, or at Cardiff Principality Suite Stadium. It's totally different, totally different. And those things can raise you when you're feeling a little bit tired. That can raise you, and we have to be realistic. Anthony Joshua has become more business savvy than fight savvy over the years, especially after the Klitschko fight. He's become this immense, huge, global entity.
But Spears, don't you think people jump to conclusions when people lose? Like, I feel like the boxing world is overreacting. On the night, Andy Ruiz was the better fighter. He was definitely that guy. But does it diminish what Joshua has done? The previous 21 fights?
Listen. It doesn't diminish. We have to look on Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua could go and play in the NFL right now and smash things for the Raiders. Do you know what I mean? He's that good, or the 49ers. He's that good of an athlete. He's a ridiculous athlete. I remember years ago, I think like in 2012, he did this thing called, it's like, what was it? The All-Stars Championships, where you had all different sportsmen competing against each other. And Anthony Joshua just wiped the floor with everyone. Right? No, seriously, everyone. Because he is a natural athlete. Period. Right? No ifs or buts. He's a natural athlete. So you cannot. But when it comes to like boxing ability and stuff like that, certain fundamentals, he lacks certain fundamentals. But the thing of what he lacks, he makes up with heart, because he has got heart. And people are saying that he quit. He didn't quit in that fight.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to ask you, did he quit?
He didn't quit. He didn't quit. He did not quit. I'm telling you, right? Because he got knocked down 4 times. Now, obviously, he could have taken a chance out to quit after the first or second time. Maybe second time, third time, definitely. The 4th time, no, he didn't quit. It could have been days because he went down, but he didn't. Listen, man, I don't think he quit. He spat his gum shield out, maybe because of breathing or respiratory problems or whatever. But I know when someone quits, man. What more does a man have to go and do? And the funny thing is this, we're seeing so many memes go out about Anthony Joshua now and all the rest of it. And this just comes with the territory. And the real measure of a man is not when you're winning and everything's sweet. The real measure of a man is how he rises up from defeat. And now Anthony Joshua has an opportunity to say, well, I'm going to show you guys just how great I am. I'm telling you now, Andy Ruiz could take the shots. So if Andy Ruiz could take the shots, which he did do, then it makes for a long night. Listen, if I was Andy Joshua right now, I'm telling you this now, the last heavyweight champion to lose and have an automatic rematch and win back the title, right, has been Lennox Lewis. And I would sit down and I would talk to Lennox Lewis on how you did it. And I know there's a little rift between them two, so I hope they can patch that out. And I would sit down and I want to say, like, I want to just hear how I was to address this. And what was your mindset from when you got knocked out by Hassan Rahman what was that, in 2000, 2002, when you got knocked out by Hassan Rahman, and how you came back to avenge, to avenge and gain back your title. I would want him to sit down and reason with him to find out how it was done, because the guy other than that lost their title, regained it straight away, was Muhammad Ali in 1978. What was that, in New Orleans Stadium, where he beat Leon Spinks? But when you think about it, Ali was telling you there, and Ali's no longer here. So I would like for you have to go seek counsel with people who've done it. Period.
Do you think British boxing took a blow this past weekend with the loss of Anthony Joshua?
Of course it did. You know what I mean? And anybody saying that never, they're lying. What I'm saying is to people, we should never be happy over the demise of anyone. No one is Anthony Joshua is actually
True that.
Right. Anthony Joshua is actually a good human being, right? He is. He's a person that will go out and make sure that he will sign every autograph, take every picture, blah, blah, blah. That's the type of person that he is, right? Because he knows that the success of him or how he's going is also being built up by the people and how he interacts with people. And his mantra was it stay focused, stay humble, something like that, right?
I know. I know one
stay
thing
hungry,
is
stay humble.
Don't get too high in your wins or too low in your defeats or something like that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, but so I'm saying, like, me personally, I'm a big supporter of Anthony Joshua. Someone who I know personally, I got a lot of love for. I wish that he would change certain things, but he was
trainers.
Like, no, not necessarily. No, listen, this one thing I hate. When things go wrong, they're all of a sudden, oh, well, your trainer can't train. Listen, man, Rob McCracken was a world title challenger. Rob McCracken was British and European champion and Commonwealth champion as a middleweight. Right. Rob McCracken has led the GB squad to multiple gold medals in the last 2 Olympics. So all of a sudden, Rob McCracken don't know boxing. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, oh, well, he needs an American trainer. I don't see too many great American fighters right now, heavyweight fighters right now. So what are you talking about? Why is he doesn't? I don't think he needs to change things. Lennox Lewis famously said just a week after the fight that you don't take your what was it? Something like you don't take your kindergarten.
You don't take your third grade teacher to university because at university you need a professor who has a PhD in boxing.
Okay. But sometimes teachers with PhDs can only get work at third grade level.
That's true about that.
Right. So I don't think, but I understand where Lennox is coming from. But there's certain things where, on experience, I would say I would have sat down with Lennox Lewis and I would have reasoned with Lennox Lewis. I think a lot of people are happy at the defeat of Anthony Joshua because of Eddie Hearn, and they're saying the arrogance that was surrounded by Eddie Hearn. But I'm saying for British fight fans, Eddie Hearn's ambition made the UK the #1 fight spot. Because I was inundated from fighters in America begging to come to the UK to fight. But I'm never really happy about a monopoly. Yeah, I'm never ever. Was it Nietzsche that said, be careful of the monsters that you are fighting, because in turn you could become the monster that you are fighting, right? And if you stare at the abyss long enough, the abyss will stare back at you. Mm-hmm. And maybe, just maybe, something inside of Eddie Hearn's makeup, who I've known for years, but something in your makeup thought like, yeah, I've arrived, and you forget the people who you are moving with on your way up. And Eddie Hearn has to admit that. So then, therefore, Eddie Hearn could be like a social climber. I'm not knocking you for being ambitious. I'm glad that you've done that, but I'm not knocking no one's demise either. I don't want no one to fail.
Now, Spence, do you think in the rematch, AJ should come back to America and try to get those belts back? Or do you think, because some people feel like going back to the UK, you're going back to your comfort zone. Why not come back to America and avenge that loss where you lost those belts at?
Well, I'm trying to say to you that the fight wouldn't be that easy for Anthony Joshua. I'm telling you. Because Ruiz can actually box. There weren't no lucky shots that he was catching AJ with. He boxed him. And also, I'm saying, Anthony Joshua, since the Klitschko fight, April 2017, since that fight, Anthony Joshua hasn't put in that kind of performance since. So who's he fought? He fought Takam, right? That
Joseph
wasn't
Parker Povetkin.
right. No. Yeah, I know. That wasn't a standout performance. Let's be real. Okay, he broke his nose. That wasn't a great performance by him. A win was a win, right? Then, and it was a kind of uh, premature stoppage as well. I thought Takam done enough to go out when he should. Then Josie Parker victory. Dylan White did actually a better job because Dylan White actually floored Parker twice, even though the first time was a headbutt, but he still floored him twice. Andy Josh didn't come remotely close to it. And everyone become these great boxing experts now. Oh yeah, well that's what you got to do. Just box just like that and keep it because they can get longevity, right? The Povetkin fight, I sat myself, Cooking Cassius, Tris Dixon, who's been the former editor of the Boxing News, which is our longest reigning boxing subscription paper. We both looked at each other, well, maybe Anthony Josh is going to get flawed in this fight because he got hit with some horrible left hooks. So you got to think, Anthony Josh has been susceptible to left hooks. What was the shot that started it off for the first knockdown? Was it the left hook?
Yes, sir.
Right. When he first got hurt in round 2 against Dylan White, what shot was it? Was it the left hook?
Yes, sir.
Right. So he's susceptible to taking left hook shots. So why would you be fighting with your right hand lowered down, right? Don't you think like every time that you throw your shots, you should be raising up your right hand each time? That should, right? So I don't know. I believe because when we spoke, he's saying I'm just gonna come back. Don't worry about it. Don't watch no face fence. Get the rematch in November. I'll take care of the business. I pray that he does. But just before the fight, Andy Ruiz had no time to prepare the last time, right? Now he's got time to prepare for you properly. He knows what he's like. Knows what he's like to be in the firing line. What he has to do to go and secure victory. It's not going to be an easy fight. Just like the last time wasn't an easy fight. Unless Andy Ruiz makes everything go to his head, starts partying. I mean, in guacamole and tacos, right? If he does that, then then I don't know. But if he stays focused, it gives Andy Joshua a hell of a fight. Trust me on that, my friend.
All right. Moving on from you guys' heavyweight to our heavyweight, Deontay Wilder announced that his next 2 fights will be against Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury. How do you see the Luis Ortiz fight going, and do you feel like it's a fight that he needed to take?
I think because Luis Ortiz did give him a run. I think the reason why he turned down potentially $100 million with Dazn. So Al Heyman had to keep him in check and say, well, listen, you're going to get paid more than you ever been paid before to fight a rematch with Luis Ortiz. And then we're going to roll you straight into the Tyson Fury fight. I knew that Tyson Fury fight was going to happen. You know what I mean? I knew the Tyson Fury fight was going to happen. And we're going to see how he gets on. Because really and truly, Deontay Wilder's power was getting really, really nuts now. It was ridiculous before, but now it's getting really nuts. For him to do what he did to Brazil in that fashion, that was nasty. Nasty.
Yeah,
but
that was, man.
Right. But in saying that, I still tip Tyson Fury to beat him. I really do.
Okay.
But you can never bet against Deontay Wilder with that thunderous punching power that he's got.
Yeah, man. Where does this leave Dillian White in the whole heavyweight picture?
Well, you know what? In my mind, I thought that Dillian White's going to end up fighting for a vacant title because I can't see Al Heyman allowing Andy Ruiz to go to the UK to fight unless it's some ridiculous money.
So you think Al Heyman is going to try to block that potential fight?
Yeah, of course I do. 100%. And why should he? If it was that way around, Eddie Hearn would have done it to him.
I think so.
If Al Heyman had the heavyweight champion of the world, and in the contract it said there was a return, right? But this time you got to fight, and you won the title in the UK, and then it was reversed. Eddie Hearn would ask for more money to go abroad to go and fight.
But being that you signed a contract with a rematch clause, shouldn't you be obligated to honor that?
Listen, man, Oliver McCall signed the rematch. Lennox Lewis had a rematch clause against Oliver McCall when they first fought in 1994, and they didn't. Lennox had to chase him all around the world before he got a rematch. And then when he did fight, he actually fought for the vacant title that Mike Tyson absconded because he didn't want to fight Lennox Lewis at that time.
Wow, man. I really hope that doesn't happen. It's a fight that I definitely want to see again and see how, like you said, Joshua comes back from adversity. Dylan White, Oscar Rivas. How much of a live dog is Oscar Rivas?
I remember speaking to you and Ness before, speaking about like who could Tyson Fury potentially fight. And you said, well, he's got the hook up for Top Rank, so maybe Oscar Rivas. But I remember Ness not thinking that much of Rivas. So if Ness didn't think that much of him, I didn't watch a lot of him. I watched quite a few of his fights on YouTube, and he's all right. He's strong. He's good. He comes to fight. Yeah, I mean, he's a smaller man compared to Dylan White. He's going to come, and he's got a very good corner with these people. They are real boxing people. So we'll see. I mean, we see.
You got a domestic clash that's going to happen, I believe, next month. Nathan Gorman and my guy Daniel Dubois. Do you think there's any way that Nathan Gorman can possibly upset Dubois?
100%.
100%.
Good fight. 100%. Well, 100% he can.
Whoa.
I'm not saying he's got to, but 100% he can. This is boxing. We just seen by the weekend. You can't put man. We just seen what happened with Anthony Joshua.
I know we've seen what happened over the weekend, but sometimes you got to go with your eye, what your eyes tell you. And my eyes tell me that Daniel Dubois is a devastating puncher, and Nathan Gorman has a problem.
Yeah, 100%. And if Nathan Gorman's got to put in proper head movement, but you know what? I mean, nobody's invincible in this game, and that's that. And that's how I'm saying. Nobody's invincible.
Who's your top 5 pound for pound right now?
Oh, it's a good one. I've got Canelo at number 1, Terence Crawford at number 2, Lomachenko at number 3, Nui at number 4, and Errol Spence at number 5.
Errol Spence at number 5. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's how I'm going.
Josh Taylor, Regis Prograis, WBSS final. I heard you say that.
Oh, it's a wicked fight, man.
I heard you say that you think Josh Taylor's going to be able to beat Regis. I
really do think so. I'm going with Josh Taylor. I think we're watching something special when he's fighting. And don't get. I'm not knocking Regis at all. Regis is a good fighter. He's a very, very good fighter. But to me, after watching something, it's like it takes a lot for me to get excited about you. And I'm not that excited about Josh Taylor, but he does give me little tingles. I think he's a very, very, very good fighter, and he does the things. He knows how to up his game inside of fights at the time when I've been watching. So you need to be up in your game now. He's like he's got that automatic when he switches it on, and because of that, I favor him winning that fight.
Okay, well, we're definitely gonna see how that plays out. Do you think Manny Pacquiao has what it takes to beat the 10-year younger Keith Thurman?
Yes, I do.
You coming with all kind of fighters morning. Manny Pacquiao, you think Manny Pacquiao has the ability to beat Keith Thurman in this upcoming fight?
Yeah, I do. What was it? Jacinto Lopez, Keith Thurman being out, what was that, 2 years he been out? He didn't impress me in that fight. You know what I mean? Even when he was active, I've seen him get hit to the body by Louis Collazo, and it hurt him, kind of like dipped his legs. Right? Louis Collazo is a good fighter, but I mean, we know the history of the New York fighter, Louis Collazo, where on certain times he hasn't lived a life per se, right? So, you know what I mean? I would say like Manny Pacquiao's got the arsenal to beat Keith Thurman. But in saying that, then one time Thurman claps him properly, and then hurts him, and then starts to try and box in that awkward kind of style that he's got when he's boxing, when he throws out his jab, and it is a ramrod thudding jab, it's very quick as well. Then I mean he could win the fight, but I still think like Manny Pacquiao's got a lot to maybe pull off because I think he's gonna be the underdog going into this fight. But I think he's got enough to pull it off to get victory.
Gennady Golovkin back this weekend against Steve Rose.
I
Gennady,
don't know about Steve Rose.
say that again.
I don't know nothing about Steve Rose, who Golovkin's fighting. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I did see a picture of Golovkin the other day in the studio, sat down, right? Who was he being interviewed by? I think he was interviewed by, was it Huck and Barack, the guys
Okay.
at Dazn, the
Huck
two
and
brothers
Barack,
at
yes,
Dazn,
sir.
right? They're really cool guys, man.
Really,
I've got a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
time
definitely
for
cool
them.
guys, man. I had the pleasure to interview both of them. So big ups to those guys.
Right? And I just saw the picture on Instagram. So I said, no, look at that. They're talking to Julio Cesar Chavez. And then I blew up the picture. I said, bloody hell, that's Golovkin. He looks old, man. Really old.
You look old.
Yeah, Golovkin looks old to me, man. Yeah, old. Still a hell of a puncher, and you got to go with Golovkin. You know what I mean? I don't know much about his opponent, but you got to go with Golovkin with that punching power that he possesses.
Frank Warren came out and said that he sent a offer, a proposal over to Callum Smith and his team for a Billy Joe Saunders fight. That's a fight that if it happens, I will be over the moon about, because both guys are very, very talented, and I think it's a 50-50 fight. If that fight happens, how do you see that fight playing out? Do you think Billy Joe's experience will lend him the upper hand, or will the youthfulness and the hard punching of Callum Smith be
You know
able
what?
to?
Let me tell you, both. I love both guys. Callum is really, really improving, and I would say that Callum is Britain's #1 pound for pound fighter at this present moment, right?
You
But
think
it's a
Callum
toss up
Smith
because
is Britain's #1 pound for pound fighter at this present moment,
in the UK, I would say yes.
even over Tyson Fury?
Nah, my apologies. What am I talking about?
Man, hey, Spears, hey,
Yeah.
I'm just
You
checking,
know
big
what?
dog. I gotta check on you,
You know what
man.
it is? I'm gonna
Make sure you know what I'm saying. You woke over there.
Bro. I'm gonna tell you that on the street. I was at the studio all night, music studio all night. So I got props. Jay Spades, who's an incredible rapper, he just made his fourth album. So I was and MTK Global, got big up MTK Global because they financed the project for us. So I was in the studio with him all night filming for a video. So I'm a little bit tired. Usually I'm more hyped, so I'm a little bit tired. My apologies. Tyson Fury's pound for pound #1 fighter. My apologies on that one. Joe Gallagher's on the phone because he listens to everything that I say. You know that me and Joe Gallagher are good mates. We like to tease each other, but we are good friends. But Joe Gallagher will listen to that. Now, what are you talking about? But no, I've got to go with the guy who is the heavyweight, #1 heavyweight in the world. And even though it's by default, I'm glad that Tyson Fury's getting recognized for the stuff that he's doing right now. So yeah, but Billy Joe is really, really talented, right? I remember Ambrose Mendy, the man that guided Nigel Benn to a world title from back in 1990, and Ambrose said to me, James Gill was sparring with Billy Joe Saunders. And I turned to him and said, oh, what, Billy Joe must have battered him. He goes, nah, Spencer, it was a 50-50 spar. And that's when you have to understand, like, Billy Joe finds ways to win. Even on bad nights, he finds a way to win because he's that talented. But because he's not settled in at super middleweight, you would actually favour Callum Smith to win that fight. But you never know when Billy Joe settles at that weight. He's going to be dangerous. He's going to be a nightmare for everyone.
Will we ever see Billy Joe fight Chris Eubank Jr. again in that
I
sequel?
hope so. I really do hope so. But the difference is now is like Chris Eubank Jr. is with Al Heyman. So maybe that'd be a bit difficult to make, and they're both on different networks. Chris Eubank Jr. is on ITV, which is a terrestrial channel, but they do a terrestrial channel as a pay-per-view, and Billy Joe is on BT Sports, which is a pay-per-view, well, a monthly subscription you pay to watch the fights. So because of that, it'd be a bit hard because remember, when you're a champion of the world now, or you hold a version of the world title, you are the champion also of a TV company. And that's the difficult thing. If those two can put things to one side, that would be a hell of a fight. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Now, watching the WBSS tournament, if there's one thing that I would like to change about the tournament is just the date and when we know when the fight's gonna happen. We had an interview with Regis Prograis last night, and he said he didn't know when the final would be or where it would be at. Watching the tournament, and if they proceed next year, what division do you think they should put in the tournament?
The welterweight division.
Come on, Spence. That's going with the top guys. That's not possible.
Yeah, but you said what do I think they should do? I told you the welterweight division.
Let's be realistic.
No, but I don't need to be realistic. You just asked me a question. What weight should they go with? But I'm saying, right, as a boxing fan, they should do a welterweight one. Whether they're going to get the fighters, that's another thing. But they should do a welterweight.
Okay. Speaking of welterweights, you guys had a welterweight to come over to America and had a draw with my guy Ray Robinson, which I thought
Do you
Ray
think he
Robinson.
won that fight? Do you think
I
Josh
thought
Kelly won that
I
fight?
thought Ray won,
And I agree with you.
and I thought Katie Taylor lost too.
Well, you know what? I haven't really watched the Katie Taylor Persoon fight, but I always knew that Persoon was a good fighter, and maybe it was just a bad day in the office for Katie Taylor. But Katie Taylor is fantastic. She's a fantastic fighter, man, and that's the God's honest truth. But in saying that, I'll go back to Josh Kelly. Maybe it was just a bad night in the office, but what it is this: Josh Kelly bases his style on so many different fighters. Bit of Pernell Whitaker, a bit of Roy Jones, a bit of Floyd. He bases it on all these Black American fighters, right?
Yes.
Somebody like a Ray Robinson has dealt with a black, and he's a Philly fighter as well, so he bases himself on toughness. Even though the guy can't punch, but he bases himself on toughness. There is nothing that Josh Kelly could show him that's going to think him, oh my goodness gracious, because he's been around that kind of style of boxing all day long, from day dot. So I actually thought that he won the fight. I thought that, but it wasn't a bad robbery. I mean, a draw seemed fair because it was competitive, but I saw it's like I was listening to the commentary, and I rate Matthew Mackley. He's a very good commentator, and so is Andy Clark. But they weren't seeing the work that Ray Robinson was doing in the fight. Every time Josh Kelly, he was from a southpaw position. Every time Josh Kelly would throw his shots, he would throw these little sneaky left uppercuts on the inside. He'd go left uppercut, then he'd come back round with like kind of semi left hook from his southpaw position, and then go back with his jab. But because he's not got thunderous punching power, maybe the telling blows seemed like they came from Josh Kelly. But I thought Josh Kelly was very, very fortunate to get a draw.
If you were to advise Josh Kelly, what would you tell him to work on in the gym? Does he need to refine his technique?
No. I just think it was just the temperament of, you know what is this? Adam Booth, who I've known a long time, he even trained me for a couple of fights when I was fighting. Like Adam Booth tells everyone just how good Josh Kelly is. I've never met, and you say like I've never met someone.
But Spence, come on, hold on. Let me hold on, Spence. You know, on the elite welterweight level, that style is not going to be efficient.
No. He couldn't. He listen to me. I'm just telling you what Adam Booth says. I'm not saying what I say. Adam Booth says, right? So therefore, Josh Kelly couldn't fight none of the top guys like that. None of them. No way. You get hurt. But what I am saying is like he's had his successes, which have come relatively quickly since turning professional, and all he needs to do is just take his time. Take his time. He's a very, very good fighter. But I like to see him live his potential. Whereas Adam Booth is quick to tell everyone how good he is. I just think they should just get on with the work, and you don't need to be reminded just how good he was, because I think Adam is a very, very astute man when it comes to boxing. I think deep down he knows that his guy lost that fight.
Okay, man. Well, Spence, I ain't gonna take too much more of your time.
All right, man.
I know you've been in the
so
studio
much,
all night. You know what I'm saying? Dropping tracks, making music videos. I seen you with Jay Prince, I believe, too, right?
Yeah, 100%.
A legend, man. Two legends with each other, man. How was? Let me ask you right quick. How was that your first time meeting Jay Prince?
No, I've met Jay Prince before in the UK when he came over 5 years ago, when he was working with Gonzalez, the super middleweight, who fought James DeGale. And James DeGale knocked him out for the number one position to become the IBF number one challenger for the title. And but yeah, so we invited Jay Prince to Dubai. We've got an office out there, and we hosted Jay Prince and his people. So it was really, really cool. So I got like 5 days with Jay, one-on-ones. Learned a lot because we're going into the music now. So who better to get advice from? And Jay Prince gave me all the advice. Say, right from now, you talk to, hey man, from now on you're my little brother. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
really cool. Like Jay Prince is a top man, and also we got to be real. Like for him to have come from where he has come from, especially in America with the racial divide, you have to say, well, I can learn a great deal from somebody like him. So I count my blessings that I was with him for those days, and we speak regularly. Well, we speak like every other day. So he's just raising up my game. So there's loads of great things. So I'm adding loads of different facets to what I'm doing. But yeah, also download um, MMP4 Jay Spade's latest album, right? Download that on iTunes and Spotify. It's a really, really good album. He's also got a track on there with Uncle Murder. It's a wicked track, right? Uncle Murder's your American rapper, so
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, we know who
yeah, go
Uncle Murder
yeah.
is.
So yeah, go download the album. You guys got no excuse, man. Invest in that. But that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm managing quite a few artists. And, I'm managing their managers. That's the great thing about it, right? So, uh, and yeah, like I said, massive props to MTK Global for believing in my vision and not complaining about anything. Anything else where they say, oh, okay, Spence, come. They break it down. It works. Yeah, let's go do it. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful time to be alive. I'm so blessed and I'm so fortunate. I'm even more blessed to be on the show, talking to my brothers out there. So big up yourself, right?
All right, man. Spencer, bro, thanks for your time, and man, and blessings to you. We're gonna keep following you, man, and best of luck in everything you're doing out there, brother.
Thank you very much, man. Remember, Jay Spades, MMP, More Money, More Pagans 4. It's out now on iTunes. Go get this thing streaming, man. It's really important. Peace, two fingers. I'm out. Later.
Peace. There you have it, man. Spencer Fearon of Sky Sports of MTK Global. Yeah, y'all heard him. He out here doing music now. So big ups to Spence, man. Thank you for joining us. Going out to back on Skype. We're gonna go out to these Skype callers. Sorry, you guys. I had you guys on hold. I do apologize. We're going out to H Money from the Zone. H Money from the Zone. Talk to me, big dog. Mr. The Zone. H Money going once. H Money going twice. H Money, talk to me. All right. No H Money. No H Money in there. We're going to get out that call. And we're going to go to join this call right here. We're going to cancel that bit. We're going out. Shit. Damn, Marcus. Put my goddamn ears up. Going out to Marcus. Marcus in D.C. Talk to me. Hello?
Hello, Mike.
H
You hear
Money.
me?
H Money, talk to me, H Money.
What it do? It's your boy H Money, Mr. Dazn, the Boxing Voice 2019 Rookie of the Year. And Mike, I just gotta break down some things for you real quick, man. We definitely gotta give Eddie Hearn his credit, Mike, because Eddie Hearn, he's the one that made Anthony Joshua what he is. He put him in a position to be the heavyweight champion, and Anthony Joshua in Anthony Joshua. People trying to blame Eddie Hearn, but Eddie Hearn is the one that gave Andy Ruiz a title shot and made Andy Ruiz the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. So Eddie Hearn needs some credit in all of this. And Mike, Dazn has went viral in 3 countries. Dazn has went viral in the UK. Dazn went viral in Mexico because Andy Ruiz is the first Mexican heavyweight champion, and also in America with 10 million views on YouTube for this fight, Mike. And I gotta say, this fight could be the biggest fight in the history of social media. This Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua fight with 10 million views in less than a week. And the live video reaction with you and Ness and the rest of the brothers, that went viral. We had 200,000 views on that live reaction on a DAZN fight, Mike. So it's always good to be thankful and humble through this. And I just want to tell you about Devin Haney calling out Lomachenko on the Breakfast Club. I sent you the link. I don't know if you looked at it, but Devin Haney was at the Breakfast Club this week, and he called out Lomachenko to a fight, Mike. He said he wants to be number 1. And I'm going with my guy, Devin Haney, on the decision outboxing Lomachenko. And, that's all I really got for today, Mike. So keep holding it down. I'll be on the next show with you later. I'll call in later.
All right, H Money, man. Thanks for calling in. Going out to Marcus. Marcus in DC. Marcus in DC, man. Talk to me.
Yo, what's good? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me, Mike?
Yes, sir. Talk to me, big dog. How you living?
Yo, this all I want to say right here, so Spence could take this right here too and ask this question. And when have we had a successful UK fighter come over in the United States and be as dominant as they are on a domestic level in the UK?
Mm. Off the top of my head, I want to say Lennox Lewis, but I don't know how many of his domestic
You know, we
fights.
can't count Lennox. You know, Lennox
Exactly.
for Canada and the
Exactly.
Olympics.
I was gonna say they fought
You know what I'm
Jamaica,
saying?
Canada, and all that. So, really, to be honest with you,
The UK,
I
they
haven't really.
don't. The UK has a reputation of being the lovable losers.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? AJ now is probably more love now having lost than he was with them trying to force feed him to the public as a star. You know what I'm saying? He has star power attraction because ladies like him. You know what I'm saying? He handsome. They keep referring to his Adonis build. You know what I'm saying? That don't translate in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Pretty niggas get their ass whooped all the time
All the
out here.
time.
You dig? So the whole thing is that historically, London, UK has always had what they call the lovable losers. Always somebody who they deem is ready for the great American challenge, and then comes over here and gets annihilated. Like you said, other than the experiences with Lennox, but Lennox did get knocked out over here too, and then he switched up and went to Emmanuel Stewart because both I think Coy Sanders from South Africa knocked him out, and then I think Rockmount knocked him out. And I think somebody else put mittens on him too, man, that he had to do that. So, I mean, this whole idea with the Anthony Yarde and Kovalev, you know, it really doesn't matter because at the end of the day, if Anthony Yarde beats him, but then what could he do with Marcus Brown? You know what I'm saying? Because that ultimately what they will lead to if Kovalev loses the fight. If Kovalev wins the fight, really him and Marcus Brown are going to be on some type of collision course or some mixed Dimitri Bivol. You know, but Bivol talking about going down to 168 to fight Callum Smith. You know what I'm saying? So you know, what really are we talking about with those two? Are they really taking anybody out the way that we need to see? You know, or are we just, you know, or is it just, you know, they just spoon feeding us a fight? You know, I don't know. What you think?
Honestly, man, it's gonna have to play out because he is the number one mandatory, so it's going to play out eventually. But Yard and Brown is a fight that I'm gonna be intrigued in if that fight was able to happen.
That's the fight I would prefer to see. I mean, Kovalev, don't get it wrong. Kovalev is
somebody got to take him out.
And that's my whole thing. Somebody got to take him out. That's why I don't understand with some of these fighters that's in these divisions holding out, waiting for these mandatory. Start taking some of these other dudes out so you don't have to talk about it. But that's my call. I ain't gonna take up too much time. Boxing Voice, man. I'm in the building.
Already, man. Thank you, Marcus, from DC, man. Appreciate you calling in. Going out to C-Man. C-Man on Skype. Talk to me, C-Man. What's up, big dog? How you living? C-Man on Skype. Oh, shit, man. You called in. You fucking hung up. C-Man. You got to call back in, C-Man, if you want to talk. Yo. C-Man on Skype. You got to call back in if you want to talk, big dog. We're going to go out to, who is this right here? We got Marcus. That call was done. So I got some super chats that I need to get to. Probably got to pull that page up. Get to the super chats in a second. But we're going to go out to the Skype monster and we got out there. Going out to C-Man on Skype. Talk to me, C-Man.
Yo, Mike, you cool?
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
Listen, I don't think that fight is happening. I don't think Ruiz and AJ is going to beat the next.
Why y'all
AJ.
keep saying y'all don't think AJ going to take that fight? Do you think it's going to be something on AJ's end or something on maybe Andy's end?
So, you know the interview AJ done for his channel the day after the fight? He said something very interesting. He said, the devil in the detail. We've got to look at the contracts. We're going to activate the rematch clause. We've got to go. He said something about the devil in the detail. I think a rematch clause was stated, but I don't think a location was stated. And knowing Al Heyman, I mean, just the way he is, I don't think he's going to come to the UK if Ruiz isn't going to get paid correctly. And I think AJ is going to use that as an opportunity to rebuild himself.
Okay, well, I don't know, man. I probably got to disagree with that because I think if it makes money, it makes sense. And if you're Al Heyman and if you're Andy, maybe you feel like shit, we can do it again. And
But
go
but
ahead.
but listen, Eddie Hearn, he's not stupid. Eddie Hearn knows. Okay, the adrenaline's pumping the night after the fight. Okay, we just lost. You know, we got to try and save face. We got to tell everybody we're back on it. But as the dust settles, Eddie Hearn's gonna think, you know what, that is too much of a risk to go into a second fight and lose. Andy Ruiz is the matchroom killer. If he beats AJ, it's game over for matchroom. Trust me.
All right, man. See, man, you got anything else you want to spit out right quick before I let you go?
Yeah, shout out Spencer Fearon. That's it, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
it.
Big old stance, man. Big old stance.
All right,
All right,
all
man.
right.
Peace
And
out.
you, peace.
Just remember, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. NESTORGIBBS, and we will get you on. Anybody else that I missed out on? I don't believe so. Well, I think that might be it for this one, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Big up to everybody out there in the chat. Make sure I ain't got no. Hold on, we got Canadian Jose. Damn, Jose, fucking my ears up, nigga. What's going on, Jose? Canadian Jose, talk to me.
Hello, Mike. How are you this morning?
What's going on, man? How you living?
You know,
Hello, can you hear me, Jose? Got you on hold. I don't know what's going on. Jose, talk to me. Jose. Yeah, man. You called on hold. Call back in, Jose. We'll get that situated. Going into that one right quick. Going out to Ruin the 504. Ruin the 504, talk to me.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you loud and clear.
All right. I guess I know the sound was messed up on the original call. I'm just glad that the negotiations are going forward with the Yarde and Kovalev fight. As far as the rematch with AJ and Ruiz, I think that I've noticed certain times over my time of watching boxing, contracts and rematches have been broken, and they have gone to litigation. I'm really hoping it doesn't happen, putting it out of the question as far as maybe the people on the side is concerned. I mean, hope that I'm wrong, but it has happened in the past, and this could very well happen now because they have all the cards now, and they may not be willing to bend or break to something, even if they signed it. I don't know. I just see this thing being nasty, but that's my call.
All right, Ru, man. Thanks for your call, man. Going out to Canadian Jose. Canadian Jose, talk to me.
yo, Mike. Good morning. You know what? I just want to send a shout out to H Money. Geez, that guy's got some good energy, man. You know what? He might have to be undoubtedly caller of the year.
Man, I'm telling you, man, Age Money come with that energy every day.
Every day, consistency. Entertainment. The guy's got it all, man. So shout out to you, buddy. You know what? One thing that hasn't really been mentioned is, the guy that actually selected the matchmake for Anthony Joshua, man. That guy's got to get fired, man. Like
Ness was saying the same thing. Like, man, you got to get that guy up out of there.
Oh man, that guy literally cost two guys like $100 million each. Man, what a fucking bozo, man. Anyway, I agree with you, Mike. These guys are throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Joshua is gonna take the rematch. I think it'll be one hell of a fight. And I mean, I have to agree with H Money, man. DAZN, it's the place, man. Like, what an amazing resource we have as boxing fans, man. Look at all the fights we've been getting. Canelo, Joshua, Triple G, Haney, like the fights go on and on and on, man. So, I mean, we're blessed, man, as boxing fans, man. So, I mean, we're doing something right. Like I heard you the other day say you've been in the game since about Deontay Wilder started getting famous. I mean, that's not too long. right? So I mean, to be honest, like boxing is bringing in people like you, and transforming people that once liked the sport into hardcore fans, because we're delivering top-notch quality entertainment, man. So as a boxing fan, I'm thrilled, man. Just like H Money, I'm also a Mr. DAZN. I'm down with it, bro. That's all I got, Mike. Keep up the great work, man. I love hearing you on the air. You know, you got a wicked style about you, my brother. So keep it up, man.
Already, man. Thanks, Canadian Jose. Appreciate you, man. Can't wait to see you back in Border Wars. Going out to Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards, man. Queen City Cobra. Talk to me.
Mike G, what's going on?
What's the
Brother?
business, man?
You know. Hello, man. So let me
You gotta fix that phone for me,
get
big
off
dog.
Bluetooth real quick.
Yeah, you kind of low.
Yeah. There we go. How's that?
Yeah. We good now.
Hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So, I just been listening, man, catching through. I think my biggest point was shit. So Yard and them, I guess that whole person shit fell apart, which is probably good for Yard. He probably don't need to fight Kovalev, in my opinion. I know some people think he ready, but he ain't. He gonna get picked apart. Kovalev gonna stop his ass, and he probably lucky that shit don't go to Russia, because he really gonna get fucked up.
Man, yeah, boy, y'all don't. All right, we gonna see.
Hey, Tunde don't know shit about boxing if he gonna put his dude in there with Kovalev after 18 fights.
They see something in him, man. They see something in Kovalev that they wanna test out.
Yeah, sure. Mikey Garcia see the same thing in Earl Spence, man. Like that shit. That motherfuckers can see what they want. Motherfuckers see shit in me, Border Wars, and they still can't beat me. You know what I'm saying? So
I always got to come back to you, boy. I always got to come back to you.
You already know, man. Shit, what was the other point I was gonna make? Oh yeah, I got to talk to Jack is the Truth and shit. And we spoke about Tunde a little bit, but so I started to get a better understanding of like their terminology about Tunde. I know one of my critiques of that motherfucker was like, oh, he talking about, oh, I'm from Road, but I grew up on an estate. Now you know when we hear, oh, this motherfucker grew up on an estate.
Yeah, we thinking about motherfucking like grass and shit, nigga. Nice ass building and shit.
That's some rich shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a whole neighborhood in your name. You know what I'm saying? But state apparently is the projects and shit.
Okay.
But he's still, to me, in my eyes, after listening to him, he's still one of those dudes that just he say he is, but I don't get that vibe. You know what I'm saying? We know, like me and you know, from where we grew up, we know like the difference between the one guys is really from there, and dudes that say they from there, but they really grew up in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those guys. But like, I don't know. Yeah, he generally don't know shit about boxing. He about to get y'all fucked up.
We gonna see, man. I think they got y'all right where you want them. But man, Anthony, thanks for your call, big dog. Going out to Diego on Skype. Diego on Skype, man. Talk to me. Diego on Skype. Talk to me, Diego. Going once, Diego. Diego on Skype. Talking to you, buddy. You got to unmute yourself. You have to unmute, Diego. If you do not unmute, we cannot hear you. Going once. Going twice. Diego on Skype. Well, he's not talking today, but peace out. All right. Was there anybody else that I didn't get to that I need to get to? Nope. I think that's it. And there has been another great show from your boy Mike on the TBV channel. Big ups to everybody out there in the chat that's been listening. I got a couple of super chats that I do need to read, that I do need to get to. So let me get to those super chats first before I depart. Got to take care of the people who take care of us, right? Yes, sir. We got a super chat from Jimmy. Anthony Joshua quit. He had his arms on the ropes, dropped his mouthpiece, and didn't come forward. He quit. We got one. Bro, you always come in, nigga, like a motherfucking slide in at the last minute. My nigga slide in at the last minute every time. What's going on, big dog? Talk to me,
See, bro, you know how I do it, Mike, bro. You know I gotta slide in through the back door. You heard? Everybody at the front, you dig? You know how I do it, dog. But look, bro, check this out, man. You heard me? I say, bro, everybody mad with my man Toon did. I ain't gonna lie, fuck what Toon did, dog.
Me too.
You heard me? You know what I'm saying? I don't know where all the unnecessary heat coming from, dog. He just let you know, where he came from. You dig? What his struggle was and how he got to where he got to. Bro, I want him back on the show, me, dog.
Oh, we gonna get him
You
back on the show
dig?
for
Shout
sure.
out the Toon Day, man.
I might have
Man,
him
Lions in the
on,
camp, dog. Why they shooting our boy down like that? Lions in the camp, dog. Like I said, I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be a tough ass fight, Mike. It's gonna
yeah,
be
we
a
already
tough
know that.
fight.
It ain't supposed to be easy for a title, is it? Earl Spence had to go to motherfucking the UK to fight Kilbert for his title, so it can't be easy.
Yeah, it can't be easy, bro. So it's a 50-50 fight. It's really, I'm gonna put it like this: it's a 60-40 fight going Kovalev way, but it's a fight that I feel that I feel my boy gonna win, bro. I feel he gonna win, but I still have just because of the experience. Just because of the experience, bro. I got Kovalev as the favorite. But it's one of them favorites that I feel like gonna lose, if that makes sense.
Definitely
you know what I'm saying?
Sense, big dog.
So, like I said, like you made a good point. It can't be easy. He got to go in his backyard, take care of his business. He getting paid, right? So, I mean, what's the problem? Let's go over there, handle business, and bring the bells back home. Then he gonna come to the US because he already been in the Midwest training camp and all that shit.
He already fought. He fought on the Canelo card. You know what I'm saying? When Canelo fought Liam Smith down in Texas. So he been out here fighting.
Yeah.
Shit.
Then how you feel about let's say we doing hypotheticals right now. Let's say he beat Kovalev, right? What you thinking next fight should be?
Oh man, knowing how Frank Warren moved, it's probably gonna be a homecoming fight, kind of touch up. But I do want to see him in there. You know what I'm saying? Trying to unify with like one of these champions, man. I do want to see that. I don't know with who because I know Bebo is.
That's what I'm saying.
Bebo talk about moving down.
I think if Badu, I don't know what Badu doing. If Badu can come back, I think that'll be a good fight.
Yeah, that'll be a good barometer test. But man, Badu a dog though, bro. You want to put him there with a dog?
I think you need to fight Badu Jack, bro. Let that be Badu first fight coming back. Then we'll really.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for
he
sure.
beat Kovalev and Badu Jack. We got a real player in the game, bro.
Hell yeah. You right about that. Be both of them niggas. You definitely got a game.
About to jump back on the floor, baby.
Already, you know, man.
What you said?
I say if you beat Kovalev and Jack, you definitely a player. But already, thanks for calling in, bro. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Going back out to these super chats. We got Sergio Gomez. AJ never fought a true Mexican style boxer. That's true. I would say that. I'm trying to think. I wouldn't necessarily say Takium was a Mexican style boxer because he wasn't really a come forward kind of fighter. He didn't throw a lot of punches. But yeah. Andy Ruiz was definitely that. And we got one from Jimmy again. Long live TBV. Viva la Voda Boxeo. AJ quit. I don't know what the fuck I just read, but it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? And big ups to everybody out there in the chat, man. Big ups to everybody watching right now, man. We appreciate it. Big ups to everybody on YouTube. Yeah, man. Quick roll call. Chris Maloney, Jimmy JM, Augustus Bird, the Rich Kid, Kieran Betts. I seen Fat Apples out there. I seen Wayne out there. Big ups to everybody out there in the chat, man. Everybody supporting the TBV movement. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Go ahead and just do everything you can to support this show and every show that we do on TBV. Big ups to Kellen Fisher too. Big ups to FOG Boxing Talk. Big ups to Grievous. Big ups to Jane Doherty. Big ups to everybody out there, man. Loma King. Everybody, man, that support TBV and support this movement. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button, man. And we just gonna keep it bigger and bigger and bigger. Make sure I ain't leave nobody out there on Skype. I didn't leave nobody, did I? Got to everybody. If I didn't get to you, I do apologize. I'm still trying to work these kinks out, but I do believe I got to everybody on Skype. If I didn't get to you, you can call back in and try again. If not, we out this bitch. Yes, sir. Peace out, you guys.